Okay, so good morning everyone, and today we will talk about financial literacy. And again, I'm using the slide presentation of Ma'am Jonna Velas, instructor from Negros Oriental State University, Main Campus 1, Dumaguete City. So when you talk about financial literacy, what comes into your mind from the word itself, financial, no? So once again, when we talk about literacy or literate, which means you are able to know, no? Mga kabalo ka, you are literate enough. Okay? So let us now move into the slide. So how do you manage your debt? When you talk about debt, galastuon or utang, no? How did you manage? How do you carry your debt, no? Okay ra ba? No? Wala tayong mga kuain. Wala tayong mga balayranan kaayo. So the ability to make informed, when you talk about literacy, the ability to make informed judgment and make effective decision regarding the use of the management of money. It is how your money being managed, no? How did you uh, budget your money? And of course, the capability of a person to handle his assets, especially cash, more efficiently while understanding how money works in the real world. So, yung tao na or yung alam mo kung paano nag-work yung pera mo in the real world, especially yung meron kang cash, then alam mo, naintindihan mo kung paano siya nag-work in the real world, no? So, yan ang financial literacy. So basic terms. So what are the basic terms here in financial literacy? Let us now begin. So what is income? Okay? So when you talk about income, it is from various sources. It can be a salary, wages, earnings from farming or business, etc. is our income. No? For example, in business, so meron tayong income o yung halin, no? Halin sa tindahan, yung mga naipon mo. Yung mga pera na galing sa tao na bumibili sa'yo, that is income. And yung nagtrabaho or they are working in a government employees or government institution, they are having a salary every month, no? So that is what they call income and etc. So, what is expenditure? Pag sinabi natin expenditure, ito yung mga ginagastos or your expenses, no? So, money spent by us on various items is our expenditure. So, it includes spending money on essential as well as non-essential items. Let us understand our expenses. So, talking about expenses, kailangan natin na magastos yung pera sa pinaka-importante lang. You have to set up priority in all your expenditures. No? Expenditure, matid pa sa uban. So this is very essential to know your limit, to know your budget, and to know how much your money earn, income, and expenses. So ganyan talaga yan, no? So we will know that later on. Okay. So meron tayong tinatawag na fixed at flexible expenses. Okay? So expenses means galastuan or expenditure. When we talk about fixed expenses, which means nandyan na yan. Okay? No matter what, you have you have responsibility to pay that every month or every year. It's depend the agreement of the person, the owner of the person or whatsoever. For example, we have rent. Okay, if you are living in Dumaguete, it is your responsibility to pay the rent of your boarding house, and that is what they call fixed na yan. Na? Auto or car, then student loan that must paid each month if we have student loans. But in here in the Philippines, we don't have student loans. Okay, there are some countries who also offered student loans, but in a very hassle procedures or process. Okay, so these expenses typically are the same amount. Okay, probably meron tayong rent ng bahay, merong 5,000, 6,000 a month. Meron tong auto, mag-monthly ka ng mga more or less 20,000, if I'm not mistaken. Or if you have student loans, you will have probably 6,000 a month and so on. Okay? So this is um, what they call fixed expenses. No? Flexible expenses include items such as food, clothing, entertainment that vary from month to month. So, for example, yung pagkain, that is flexible, okay? Because you can buy in a bulk and then so that you won't buy for the following month or for the following weeks, okay? And that is flexible. Clothing, of course, that is flexible because it's not necessary to buy clothes every time you will go to mall, you will go to somewhere. It is not necessary to buy new things or new clothing. And of course, entertainment. One example is your phone, your gadgets. Okay, that is flexible expenses. Next, budget. So an estimation of revenue and expenses and is usually compiled and reevaluated on a periodic basis. So how did you budget the money from your income? Okay, for example, I have 250 a day, so I will spend probably, or if I have 50 a day, so I will spend probably 300 or 350 a week. Okay, and that is included my expenses of food, allowances, transportation, and so on. If I'm working in downtown, and so on. That is budget. Okay. Then spending plan based income and expenses. So you are spending based on your income and expenses. For example, you have a 30,000 a month. That is your income. And how did you expend? How did you spend that money? Okay. How did you budget that? From the electricity bill, you have the car, you have the auto loan, you have the student loan, and so on. Follow. How did you budget that? Okay. So let us now take a look at here. This is a dollar. So I gave you the example a while ago. So to the next presentation. So what is investment? So when we talk about investment, this is a deployment of money or say out of savings, okay? With the expectation of earning higher returns over time in investment. So for example, of that is purchase of land, fixed deposit in bank, and etc. So this is investment. Okay. Um, if you have 50,000 a month, then you have investment in the bank of 30 a month. Then at the end of the year, probably at the end of the 5 years, you can claim that or you can have your house already. Okay, that is your investment. You're going to save your income for something in the future. For example, if my salary is 30,000, then I'm going to save 10,000 a month for my house in 5 years from now, and that is what we call investment. You are saving your money, it's because you have your plan in the future, and that is what we call investment. But in investment term, it refers to a wide range of something you want to do in the future. Either you want to have a car, then you have your investment, so you're going to invest your money, okay, from the bank or to the bank. That is common happen right now. So we have here savings, amount of money that was put aside for future use and can be achieved where a person will spend less than what he earns. Okay, so savings. So there is what they call emergency savings. There is what they call fixed savings. Emergency savings, that is uh, for your health, okay? Because we do not know what happened to our health from time to time. So that's what we call, we have a savings. also have a saving, it's because you want to have a house. Okay, that is the same with investment. Investment is you will just going to put your money in the bank so that rest assured that your money is safe. In savings, you can also in your pocket, you can also in the bank at the same time. It's up to you if uh, you want to have your savings in a bank or in your house, something like that. Savings or ipon. No? So when a person spends less, what he earns. So probably if I have 30,000 a month, then I will just spend probably 10,000, including my uh, rent, including my food, including my allowances, including my that's all. I spent 10,000, but I my salary is 30, so the 20,000 will go to savings. So spend less, which means he don't or they don't, or probably we don't spend too much than what we earn. So if we earn 5,000 a month, then I will just going to spend more or less 2,000. So the rest of that, the 3,000 will go to savings, nor investment. It's up to you. So two schools of thought. So fixed expense. Pay yourself first. Always remember that saving must be first on your list of expenses. So number one, so when you talk about fixed expense, number one is your savings. Okay, always prioritize or always make a priority to your savings at all times. So let leftover residual after all expenses, or there is what they call leftover. After natanan nga nagasto na nimo ang kwarta o unsa ang imuhang nabilin mao ang imuhang i-savings. Okay? For example, 5,000 again. Okay, if you have 5,000 and then you spend a lot, electricity bill, you have your car loan or something, or let's say you have your credits from your neighbor, from Avon, from Natasha, and so on. So in your 5,000 a month, you left only 2,500 or 1,500, and that is your savings. But in fixed expense, you will always priority you're always prioritizing your savings. For example, 5,000 a month, and then you will set aside 1,000, and that is your savings. Number one of your expenses. No? Okay. So problem is there may not be anything left over. So mauna siya. When there is a problem, nga dili gyud nato mabilan usahay ang atong kwarta, no? In ana. So what is debt? Okay. When expenses are more than the income that they have, no saving with us, so wala kay tigom, then there is a shortage of money which is covered through borrowing, creating, and debt. So mauna ni siya nga mangutang juta. Philippines is prone of utang class. Nga naman, gamay ra kayo ang sweldo, mahal kayo ang palaliton. So that is very crucial to mangutang. The Philippines is very crucial to mangutang. It's because the inflation rate is, always increasing, but the salary, you know, gamay ra siya kaayog increase. So that's why nga mangutang jud manghulam. So that is uh, debt occur or get inside. Musulod ang utang. Musulod si utang, kay gamay ra ang sweldo, and then daghan ang kalastuan. So no saving with us, no? Walay sa man, walay natigom. Debt debt means utang. So need versus want. This is very important that you have to consider those wants. We have to prioritize our needs. So one thing must be for survival. So, of course, needs. We have the food, water, home, clothing. Without food, you would not be able to live. Need can also represent things that are key for helping you succeed at something that is important to you. It's up to you if that is important. One, something that you would like to have but not totally necessary. For example, cell phone. It's not necessary. It's not important to have a cell phone if you didn't have money. Okay, things you could put off having right away, or you could do without completely. Example, video game, beauty essentials, or the latest iPhone, and so on. Gadgets, the beauty essentials, video games, and so on. That is also wants. Okay, so common financial scam to avoid. We have the phishing. You have the tactics scammers. They were just going to add your. They are asking your bank account, your bank information, and then they will uh, get your bank information. They will get your money over there. Social media scams, okay, like charity donations with bogus links that allow them to keep your money. So they are asking help in the internet to have donation. They are asking donations from you, but it's a bogus. No, it's not true. And they will get your money. Phone scams. Okay, this is very common to everybody. You are the lucky selected winner worth of 580,000 from J7. Wow, we took on this prize. Call me now, Attorney Henry Cheng, DTI permit number 0553S 2019. So this is very common for us because even me, I also experienced this one. Okay, we have the strategies enriching financial stability, mga pamaagi. So make savings automagical. Savings should be made up top priority. Okay, we should put that all together. We're going to gather that after the 5 month after your salary received, you have considered the savings. You will put 1,000 a month in your savings. Okay, then control your impulsive spending. You know, when you receive money, you cannot breath unless you will buy those things you want. Impulsive spending, grabe, no? On eating out, shopping, and online purchases that may ruin your finance and budget. Makabungkag siya sa atong finances and budget. So we have to control impulsive spending. If it's not important to spend these things, then what you will do? You will what? You will out of budget. All your savings will be get lost. It's because of your impulsive spending. You should not impulsive when you receive the money. Always prioritize savings or investment. Okay. One thing I could advise or I can advise is you will plant vegetables in your backyard so that if you need those vegetables, if you need those food or something plant at the back, you don't need to pay, you don't need to exert much money for that. Okay, and don't think evaluate your expenses and live frugally. Analyze how you spend your money. See what you can reduce and determine expenses that are necessary and eliminate the unnecessary. Okay, it is very important as what I said, or it's essential to determine or distinguish in between the needs and wants. Okay, so you're just going to slowly eliminate the unnecessary, the wants. Okay, so invest your future. Start preparing and investing for your future retirement while still young in your career field. So at this time, if you have worked at the age of 25 years old and so on, there is a lot of investment for our future. Okay, so we have the SSS. If you are a government employee, we have the GSIS. That are things that can rest assure you can have your money after your service in government or after you want to retire. You can gain your money. Okay, so invest in your future. That is one of the institutions that you will go through. Keep your family secure. Okay, we have the emergency fund so that you have something to spend if anything happens in the family emergently. There is something new. Okay, So, eliminate and avoid debt. So, kailangan iwasan yung utang. The personal loans or other debt form cause it will pull you down. Okay, probably debt is good, but you have to manage this all the time because it can outbalance your budget finances. Follow? Okay. So use the envelope system. So set aside three amount in budget each payday. Okay? Withdraw those amounts and put them in three separate envelopes. So probably every week you will, set aside a budget. So in 1 month there is 4 weeks, and then probably in 1 week you will put something in the envelope and then collect that after 1 month and then put it in one envelope. So that is your savings in that 1 month. Okay. So pay bills immediately, because one good habit is to pay bills as soon as they come, and you try to get your bills to be paid through automatic deductions. Okay. Once you are overdue of your bills, there are some institution will automatically deduct or will add percent or percentage of your debt or your bill. Okay? So read about personal finances. The more you educate yourself, the better your finance will be. Okay? So look growth to your net worth. So do whatever you can to improve to your net worth, either by reducing your debt, increasing your savings, or increasing your income. Much better. Okay? Debt is not good, or debt have a negative effects in our lives. Okay, so I think that's all for this morning. Once again, this is Jordyn Cardosa, and good morning, everyone.